Whoa! He's stunned. The guy, King JB, a pow for episode 208 of the JB and Benny Blue review. Ooh, can you smell it, Dr. Bridges?
Mm-hmm.
Can you smell it in the air?
Yeah.
What does that smell like to you?
A W on the way, Monday night, SoFi Stadium versus the motherfucking Banana Goats. You know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck it smell like. You know what I'm saying?
I can feel it in the
air. Word to Beanie Siegel. Oh, my God. We're going to get to all that. We're going to get to all that coming up.
In this thing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You see it up top, the BG.
Valley hot, man. You know what I'm saying? Valley hot.
You know what I mean? Coming up, going to be talking about some NFL Coaching Carousel with a special guest. Coming up, we're going to be bringing in just a moment here, of course, some NFL playoff Savage preview. We got to run it back to see how we fared from what we predicted at the very beginning with our Savage season preview, wild card weekend, Savage picks, and a whole lot of mo.
Super wild card weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Super wild card weekend. I mean, it's bigger than ever. You know what I'm saying? We should have a flailing, you know what I'm saying, arm blow up thing. You know what I'm saying? Super wild card weekend.
Like a fucking Toyota dealership. Good God almighty. Oh, we're going to get to all that. But of course,
Sunday, Monday.
You know what I mean? Every Saturday, Sunday, Monday, wild card weekend.
Super wild card.
I like it. I'm into it. Listen, if you happen to miss the live stream, all good. We are in, as of now, that's going to be changing here in the coming months. We are in podcast form on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Birdgang fans, we need to push this a little bit harder this week. Check out our merch. Use code Kyler and Birdgang for 50% off your Super Kyler Murray or Birdgang all day apparel at jbandbennybluereview.com. Of course, we are available on casualsports.com, KSR in Arizona. Special guest from our family coming up, live streaming out of Phoenix and the Believe Podcast Network. Shout out to them.
We believe.
Dr. Bridges, Boyding Bridges, you had your guy, your brother Matt Ware on the show. I was watching a little bit of it. How did it go last night, sir?
It was good, man. It was a good show. Shout out to the All About the Birds crew. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Johnny. You just had a bouncing baby boy.
Congrats, Johnny. We saw that.
Shout out to Chip, man. You know what I'm saying? Stepping in and doing the production on the show. My dog, of course, and then my brother Matt Ware. You know what I'm saying? I know that kid for a long time. That's my little brother for real. Love his wife, love his kids. You know what I'm saying? That's my family right there. So had a great time. Check them out. They got a podcast, him and Hamza Abdullah, called Gridiron Griots, and the Griots is a West African storyteller, as I was educated about last night. But it's funny as shit. Had me laughing. A couple episodes I watched, but these cats are telling stories about NFL life. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. It's just great, right? So it's dope. It's a dope concept. I will be on season 2, telling a story about, and I'm pretty sure they'll have me on telling a story about how I used to slap him and one of our tight ends, Steven Spock, you know what I'm saying, to get them excited and ready to play for the game. But it came to an abrupt stop before a game one day when an incident happened. So stay tuned for that.
That's what we call a cliffhanger in the business. Okay, I'm going to watch that one.
I'll definitely be in the house, in the studio, telling a story for that one, man, because that is going to be something extremely colorful. But
I was gonna say that sounds akin to quite possibly one of JB's true NFL stories, if you will, a patented segment of the review.
And yes, I told Matt about that when we were talking about the Griots, and I was like, because I was like, we started doing that a while back, and we had 1 or 2 we did, and we'll continue to do those, right? You know what I'm saying? Especially as this podcast transforms into what it's going to transform into. But a lot of the stories, man. What's up, Will? A lot of the stories, man, like, they wild. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really comedy, but them bitches just wild, bro. So, and the names have to be, switched to protect the innocent. You know what I mean?
The names and faces have been removed to protect the innocent. Yes. I dig it. All right. Well, as Will did, make sure to drop a question or comment at any point. We will get to that again. We are doing strictly coaching carousel, playoff, Savage preview, wildcard weekend picks. So make sure if you're going to hit us with a comment or question, we doing straight foosball, baby. And of course, sponsorship questions or hate mail, jbandbennybluereview@gmail.com, and tap in with our sponsor, savagecbd.com. Use code review for 50% off your first order and free shipping. All right. let's not waste any more time. Joining us here today, build from parts unknown, now in literal dead center, Oregon. He's our guy. Dead center, Oregon.
We have renamed. Yeah, we have renamed whatever is part of the world in Oregon he's in, and it's literally called Dead Center, Oregon. Put your pen in the fucking map. It's our guy from KSRN himself, money making Mitch. What's going on, big fella?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Mitch, what the fuck? We can't even hear you.
Where you at, Mitch? You really are in parts unknown.
Right.
Can we hear him? Oh, he's got to get his headphones working. But he's joining us.
The cows out there cutting up or what? What's going on? They knocked the satellite down?
From KSRNArizona.com, casualsports.com. You can check out his articles there. He is the official Titans correspondent. We're gonna talk about his Titans as well.
Tighten up, the number one AFC Titans.
Number one man. Put some respect on the name, goddammit. The bye week Titans.
Number one.
There he is. Now his mic works.
King Henry back. And they got King Henry back.
Oh my God.
Oh yes, it's gonna be great.
Well, look, Mitch was a part of our Savage season preview where we made predictions for all the playoffs and all that stuff. And yeah, you're right. Bullseye, Oregon. You talk about it, Will. That's where he's at.
Oregon.
Bullseye, Oregon. So we're going to recap where we were at in terms of our predictions for the 7 playoff teams for each conference. But first, as we all know, there's like 6 or 7 new teams that make the playoffs every year. That's about the average. But there's also about 6 or 7 teams every year that just got to take it back to Indeed.com. They got to take it back to LinkedIn, and they got to put up a coach and say, head coach wanted, like a sign on an old general store, like in Dead Center, Oregon, head coach wanted. So what we're going to do here is take it around the the head coaching carousel with these 7 teams to get these gentlemen's predictions about who they think is ultimately going to get hired for the job and why. Starting with the Trevor Lawrence-led Jaguars. Mitch, gun to the head there in Dead Center, Oregon. Who do you think is going to be the hire for the Jags and why?
It's going to be someone dumb. It's going to be some kind of Bill O'Brien kind of thing where he's or where he goes back to Alabama, gets recycled. I don't think it's Bill O'Brien. I think it's going to be the defensive coordinator that was for Alabama. I can't remember his name right now. No, you know what? It's going to be Jared Mayo. It's going to be Jared Mayo.
Okay. Jared Mayo. Where is he coming from? Where is he currently at?
He is currently he's being interviewed for the Eagles head coaching position currently, but he's the inside linebacker position for Patriots. He's being interviewed for the Eagles.
Gotcha.
No, he's being interviewed for it.
Right. Gotcha.
The Eagles have a head coach. What are you talking about?
No. He's saying he's from.
He was being interviewed last season for the Eagles.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, Mitch.
Yeah, he's on the Patriots currently.
What are you talking about, man?
So I think it'll be Jared Mayo this time getting it.
Jared Mayo. Gotcha. That's your pick. Okay. Dr. Bridges, who do you think is going to end up with coaching the Chargers or the Jaguars next year?
So usually they go from far west or they go in-house, right? Mm-hmm. To be completely honest, Benny, I'm horrible at this, right? Because I don't really pay attention to people like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't pay attention to who's doing what, but I do know that kid in Dallas, who's their offensive coordinator,
Kellen Moore,
is going to be in line for a head coaching position. He's the right complexion for the connection, right? Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? He's an offensive coordinator. So everybody wants a big time offense. But I'm gonna say the young man who played for Jacksonville, right? Who is the offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Help me out with his name now.
Byron Leftwich.
Mr. Leftwich, right? Yep. Coach Leftwich, I believe, will be the new head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and rightfully so, right? Okay. Rightfully so. And I believe that'll be the best fit for him.
Okay. So what's a pickup line, JB? Pop out the right complexion for the connection. You know, JB slid that one at the bar in the greater Mesa, Gilbert, Tempe, fucking Scottsdale area. Oh my God. Okay. So Mitch, you went kind of negative. You felt like that Shad Khan and the ownership were kind of going to play the usual dumb ownership and kind of shoot themselves in the foot. JB went a little bit more positive, more of a legacy guy, a guy who's in line for a job. Let me take it a step further, just looking at this field of the 7 teams, right? At the end of the day, when you have the top candidates, what's the number one thing they're going to look at in any of these jobs? Who is the goddamn quarterback? Who is that quarterback that I'm going to coach? Now, Shad Khan went pretty hard in the paint when he fired Urban Meyer. He admitted that it was wrong, that they had to correct it, and God bless him, because in past years, maybe that ownership would have probably hung on to Urban for like another year or two before realizing the error in their ways. So based on the fact that they feel like they really do need to get this right, and they also, let's not forget here, they interviewed Jim Caldwell as well. I don't think they're going to pick Jim Caldwell. I do think there's a strong possibility that they pick Byron Leftwich. But based on them needing to really get it right and who they have a quarterback, probably the best quarterback of any of the teams that would be available, I think they're going to get Eric Bieniemy. I think they're going to give Eric Bieniemy the bag and say, develop Trevor Lawrence.
So here's the thing about that, Benny, is that you're talking about quarterback play now, right? Mm-hmm. Eric Bieniemy is a great play caller, but he's not a quarterback developer. Byron Leftwich is a quarterback. He knows how to play position. Trevor Lawrence is going to be a good player in this league, right? He's. Mm-hmm. I don't know how high he has a high ceiling. We don't know how great he's going to be, but he is going to be able to lead a football team for years to come, right? So Jacksonville got their franchise guy, right? Mm-hmm. Caldwell, yeah, you're right. They did interview him, but see, Caldwell's a defensive guy, if I'm not mistaken, right? So
yeah.
Well, I mean, he worked well with Peyton, and he's more of a quarterback guy, I think. Jim Caldwell.
Caldwell, you think he is? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, here's what it is. But Caldwell could very easily be a offensive asset, whatever. You know how they make these positions up for, you know what I'm saying, on these coaching, on these teams. So Leftwich, I believe, is their guy. He's the one that's going to bring people back to watch the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I agree.
Play,
see, here's the thing. I agree with you 100%. I'm making the predictions based on what I think the team is going to do, and I think Byron Leftwich is the better hire. But I think they're going to overcompensate for fucking it up with Urban so bad, and they're going to shoot it. They're going to shoot their load at trying to get Eric Bieniemy because he's the guy these last 2 or 3 seasons who's been the number one candidate. And with what he's been able to do with Mahomes, I know he's not a quarterback whisperer, so to say, but I think that that's actually going to be the hire. But I think Byron Leftwich is the better hire. Right. I think that's what they should do. But I think because of the quarterback situation, I think they're going to make an offer to Eric Bieniemy. But we all have 3 different candidates. Let's see if we can agree on any of these teams. Keep it in South Florida, Mitch. Good God Almighty. God bless the Dolphins for fucking it up again. They fire Brian Flores after having another winning record. He wins his last game. The man doesn't even have the right quarterback, for God's sake. There's reports that he disagreed with Chris Gear about should they have taken Herbert, should they have taken Tua, and that was I think it's universal across the board. That was very premature and stupid for them to fire Brian Flores, but they did it. So who do you think they're going to hire to replace him?
So my main answer is going to be Jim Harbaugh. There's already
get the fuck out of here.
You don't think Harbaugh had I think they hired Flores because they know who they're going to hire next. Harbaugh and that ownership are great friends. I think that's going to happen. But my funny answer is my favorite coach of all time is going to get that job, and I'm so excited. Brian Flores, they're getting backlash for firing a black coach, and that owner succumbs to pressure. They're hiring my favorite coach, Jim Bob Cooter. That's right. We get Jim Bob Cooter back.
Jim back, baby.
Cooter.
Former Lions OC, Jim Bob Cooter.
Hey, now.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Mitch really thinks the Harbaugh thing's going to happen, despite Stephen Ross coming out and saying, I'm not taking him away from Michigan because
Rooney
Jim Ross is a
violation.
Oh, my. Get that Rooney rub.
Oh, my God. All right, Dr. Bridges. Who are the Dolphins going to hire, in your opinion?
Vance Joseph is going to be the next head coach of the Dolphins. All right. They fired a black man, and they have to hire a black man. So, Mitch, you were right. You were along the lines. You were right. They didn't give him a fair opportunity. One more. So, the thing about this is that developing a culture, and I know we heard some reports about bickering amongst ownership and so on and so forth, like saying, hey, I don't want this guy. I want this guy, right? And yeah, as a head coach, it's your team, but you have 2 more people you have to deal with. the general manager and the owner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the general manager is most likely the person that brought you in, right? Because you're his guy. He brought you in the game. But I understand Flores' stand and saying, hey, man, I wanted this dude. I didn't want this dude. You know what I'm saying? I felt like this guy was going to be the guy, but they were like, nah, we want this guy. Okay, I understand. But giving him, even with Tua, I feel like Flores is a Belichick guy, right? So he's got that in him. He understands that pedigree is in him. You know what I'm saying? Coaching pedigree is in him. You know what I'm saying? So with one more year, I think Miami could have been extremely dangerous, right? Under Flores, right? But they're going to hire Vance Joseph, you know what I'm saying? Because like Mitch said, yeah, they do succumb to the pressure. The guy's going to succumb to the pressure, but he fired a black man, so he has to hire a black man. And Vance Joseph has coaching experience because he was Dallas. He was with Denver for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And
wasn't that great, but
no, he wasn't. Anyway, and I don't think he's a head coach guy. I think he's a great defensive coordinator. I don't think he's a head coach guy, but he wants to be a head coach, from what I understand from my sources out of the camp. So we'll see how that goes. But I believe that Vance Joseph, if I got to say it, gun to head, Vance Joseph will be the next coach.
Okay, well, I'm with you guys on this whole Rooney Rule theory. Here's my theory. I think this is where. So if I'm taking Bieniemy to go to the Jaguars, I think Byron Leftwich gets his first shot. He goes down to Miami, and here's the thing: he goes to Miami, and then they make the deal for Deshaun Watson, and then it's him and Watson. So
Deshaun Watson is going to Miami next year, some kind of way, by hook or by crook. He's going to be the quarterback of Miami next year. Like they like him down there. We all understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, not being insensitive to anybody's situation, but we know that the alleged charges against him are bullshit, right? We at this point,
or they're going to get settled. At bare minimum, they're going to get settled.
18 out of 22 are settled already, Minnie, right?
Really?
18 out of 22 are settled already, right? They don't talk about this shit, but you know, I did a little research the other day. 18 out of 22 are settled. You asked me how he was going to get that signing bonus back. What I tell you? By these women that are making the allegations, they're going to get that money back. They'd rather give the money to them bitches than give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just the way they fucking operate. They don't care about money. Money don't matter to them, right? It's the principle. It's who has the money that matters to them. Deshaun Watson will be back in the NFL next year, and most likely he'll be in Miami. Bieniemy, I got a good one for Bieniemy, all right? And it's probably coming up.
Okay, right? Well, we'll get to that. So after 2, we all have different picks for the coaches. Let's see if we're a little bit more unanimous on this one, Mitch. Oh, it's the Broncos. Vic Fangio is a good coach, but it just didn't quite work out. Same thing with the quarterback, but you hear the rumblings now. Rodgers might want to get down there. Mitch, do you think the Broncos are angling their coach pick to lure one Aaron Rodgers after the season, or are you going a different way for the Broncos?
I think they're totally going for that, but the Broncos are going to mess it up. I love it when they mess it up.
They might, but here's the thing: they're about to get new ownership. They're about to sell the team. So,
are they?
Yeah, the Broncos.
So is Elway still going to be the GM?
Well, he's like the vice president of football.
Well, yeah, whatever. But he's a GM too, though. He's a GM and the vice president of football.
Not anymore. No. He stepped down from being the GM.
Okay.
It could be a new thing. I just want to throw that in there real quick, but go ahead.
Okay, so that changes my answer completely. Then they might go full splash. If it's a new ownership, they might go full splash. I'm actually going to pick Bieniemy and Aaron Rodgers here. I'm just going to pair them up. Because I'm on tilt right now because that's how much you changed my mind in that one sentence. Way to go.
So you think Bieniemy is going to take a job in division?
I think he could. I think he would love to work with Aaron Rodgers. That's a great quarterback to have. That's a great team to have. And I'm sure Aaron Rodgers would love to work with him. If you get a competitive advantage over Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, who wouldn't want that?
That's a good point. It's a good pairing. Okay, Dr. Bridges.
What year is Aaron Rodgers in right now?
Drafted in 2005. Yep. Drafted in 2005. Basically put on ice until 2008, Mitch? Right? Mm-hmm. That's correct? Because that's when he went to the Jets.
He sat for 3 years, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And, so he's pretty much been playing for 12 years.
Yep.
He's been playing for 12 on the field, starting for 12, but he's been in the league 15 years.
In the league 15, 16 years. Yeah, that's right.
This would be year 16 coming up.
Yep.
38. So everybody like says this and says that about Aaron Rodgers leaving Green Bay, but I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to leave Green Bay. I think Aaron Rodgers just wants Green Bay the way he wants Green Bay. He wants
leveraging, yep.
Right. He just wants Green Bay the way he wants Green Bay. And if Green Bay is smart, they'll give him Green Bay the way he wants Green Bay. Pay the man another little contract. Pay him till he's 42 years old. He'll still be playing good football, right? Because like we just talked about, he's been in the league for 15. He's only been playing football for 12 years, right, in the NFL, right, because he was chilling. So pay him, right? Get a man a little money. Satisfy him. But you guys have a great nucleus. And I'm talking to Green Bay right now. You got a great nucleus. Your defense is as good as it's been since the last time y'all won a Super Bowl, right? Come on, man. Like, don't be dumb. And I understand, you know what I'm saying? That's what everybody talks about. Everybody want to talk about, yeah, he'll go to Denver, he'll go to such and such. Yeah, everybody speculates. But I don't think Aaron Rodgers wants to leave Green Bay, one. He don't care about all that. He spends most of his off seasons in fucking LA anyway, so he don't care. You know what I'm saying? He can go where he want to go, do what he want to do. He got plenty of money. But when it comes to playing ball, I think he wants to be the next great long tenured quarterback for Green Bay. He don't want to leave. He don't want to have that on his record. He don't want to have that on his legacy. He wants to be in that fucking green and yellow his entire career. With that being said, Denver, shit, it's a head scratcher to me, right? They have a great nucleus, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Now they're gonna have to draft a quarterback. I mean, Locke is good, but Locke is gonna be a great backup quarterback in the league for the rest of his career, right?
Pretty much.
I don't think he's just gonna be the man. You know what I'm saying? So, but they got a running game. They got Gordon there. You know what I'm saying? So of course they'll bring in a younger running back. You know what I'm saying, to give him 1-2 punch, right? Gordon still got good years left in him. Right. They got a good receiving core. You know what I'm saying? They got the kid from Alabama. They drafted. Matter of fact, they got two. They got two receivers from Alabama? They got Judy.
Is Sutton?
Well, Kate. Sutton.
So they got Sutton. I know. Yes.
Cortland Sutton.
Is KJ Hamler in Denver? KJ Hamler's with the Broncos. Is that right?
Yeah. I know. For whatever reason, I feel like they got two receivers from Alabama, right? But either way it go.
Yeah, he's on the Broncos.
Yeah. They got a nice receiving core. They got a decent tight end. What's his name? Fant. The kid from Iowa. Yeah.
Solid fantasy points, by the way. Yep.
Yeah, so kid from Iowa, you know what I'm saying? So they got a nice nucleus, and they got a strong offensive line. Not the best, but a strong offensive line. Of course, you can always develop that with the draft. You can bring some kids in, free agency, you know what I'm saying? You can do some things here and there to strengthen the offensive line. Defensive-wise, I mean, they got, what's the kid's name from North Carolina State? Chubb, is that his name?
Bradley Chubb. Yeah.
They got Chubb, and then
lost
they got
Vaughn to the training of the Rams.
They lost Vaughn, but they need to get rid of Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? His time had come. It was time for him to get out of there. Vaughn is getting old, and you know what I'm saying? And his time is coming to an end. The other kid they got, replaced Vaughn, had a hell of a year. He's going to be strong. You can always bring another edge rusher, right?
It's a solid job.
Yeah,
so who gets it? Who do you think? All that being said, who gets it?
I don't know, because I don't know where they're feeling. Like, with that being said,
give me a name. Throw a name.
Man, look, the kid from Dallas, bro. Because they're gonna want a dynamic. They're gonna want a dynamic offense, right? They're gonna want dynamic offense. They're gonna want a young quarterback. You know what I'm saying? What up, Coach G? Only the strong, baby. Shout out to Only the Strong clothing line. What up, Tim? What up, boy? So,
blessed, baby.
I feel like the kid from Dallas is going.
So
off court from Dallas. Kellen Moore is going to end up getting that job. Or he is a strong candidate for that job because, again, offensive-wise, they want a young coach. They want new blood. They want excitement. You know, they want to switch the paradigm. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Right. Okay. So, I think Kellen Moore is a good pick. I think Kellen Moore would be the pick if the Rodgers thing is all smoke for him to get like a 2 or 3 year extension with Green Bay, which I honestly, as JB was saying, I think Rodgers should do that. And I think there's a lot more kind of smoke and BS to this whole Broncos storyline than what's being led on. I ultimately do think he was good. He probably will stay with the Packers, but I made this pick kind of thinking, okay, if he's gonna go to the Broncos, I like what Mitch is saying about Bieniemy. I do think that's a good pairing. But let's just say the Broncos, being the Broncos, make the hire to lure Rodgers. Then I'm gonna say they end up hiring Packers OC Nathaniel Hackett. And I think they bring him in hopes of reeling in Rodgers, whether that works or not, because obviously you could make the hire now, and then Rodgers could be like, yeah, I'm going to come, and then he ends up leveraging that to get a 3-year extension with the Packers and shoots himself in the foot. But that would be my pick, but I like the Kellen Moore pick if Rodgers is saying, I'm staying in Green Bay, I think that would be more likely than Bieniemy. So another one that we don't agree on. All right. Here's one that maybe we'll be on the same page considering where they stand. It's the one team that's in the playoffs. The Raiders. The Raiders fire old racist, sexist, misogynist, homophobic Mr. Johnny Boy Chucky Gruden. Beginning of the season, they thought all was lost. Obviously, the Henry Ruggs tragedy, and once you know it, they end up making the playoffs. Their interim coach, Rich Bisaccia. So, Mitch, do they take off the interim tag on Rich Bisaccia, or do they end up hiring somebody else?
I think they need to give Rich a chance. The fact that he beat the Colts and the Chargers at the end of the year, made the playoffs, it's a great story. He got that team together. I think they hire Matt Eberflus, though, the Colts defensive coordinator. That defense sucks. Around. They wanted DC in there, I believe. Eberflus has had a top 12 defense over the last 2 years. I think they go with Eberflus.
Okay. JB?
I like what's the coach name with the interim coach of the Raiders?
Rich Bisaccia.
Bisaccia. I was watching something earlier, saying and it was just basically a video of the receiver. What's his name? Number 7. Is it not Ford? Is it? What's his name? Jones. Is it Jones?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Number 7, Jones. Yeah. So I'm watching. Yeah. So I'm watching how they interact, and I've been on NFL teams before, and when players have somebody who they trust and they love, they will literally fucking die for it. Like on that football field, they will die for that person. He has those players' trust. He has their love. He has their respect. The Raiders believe in doing things in-house. Raiders are Raiders. That's one thing that they are. Raiders love Raiders. So the fact that he's been there, he has had success late in the season after all that turmoil that's going on with that team. He will be the head coach of the Raiders next year. Now, Mitch, you made a great point, as far as defensive coordinator, they have a lot of talent defensively. They do need to bring somebody in there that's going to solidify that defense. Max Crosby, number 77, is a dog. Of course, they got, cats in the defensive backfield. They got a great linebacker core, young linebacker core. They got parts. They got pieces. They got to bring somebody to bring it all together. But, my man, the interim guy will not be the interim next year. He will be the head coach of the Raiders.
So I agree with you. I think they're gonna take off the interim tag from Rich Bisaccia, but I do think in classic Raiders fashion, I think it's gonna be good for a while until it's not. Almost a la like a Tom Cable thing where they kind of do stuff in house after they fire the guy. Listen, Rich Bisaccia is probably a great player's coach. I don't know if the man can coach. I don't know that yet. I could be wrong. So I agree with JB. I do think they're going to take the interim tag off, but it might be a Raiders going Raider Mark Davis thing where it feels shiny and new for half of next season. And when they start getting in the dog days of making a playoff run, maybe they regret not going out and getting somebody else like who Mitch suggested, or maybe more of an offensive minded coach. But JB and I agree on that one. So we going to see. All right. It's the Vikings, who just kept dancing around the middle with old Mr. You Like That. There you go, Coach. Talk about you go with Rich. Okay,
there you go, Coach.
I think he's the right guy for now.
He's the guy, man. He's the guy. I'm telling you, he's the guy.
I'm rooting for him. I just know the Raiders' history with doing this thing before. But with the Vikings, Mitch, they had Mike, and they still got old Mr. You Like That, Kirk Cousins. What do you think the Vikings do here?
Oh, that's a great question. I really wanted to save Jim Bob Cooter for the Vikings just because the Detroit Lions thing, but
I love it. I hope they do, by the way. I hope they hire Freddie Kitchens.
I really hope he lands.
Oh my God, Freddie
Kitchens. Please, Vikings, Freddie Kitchens. Come on, baby.
Kellen Moore would be a good fit, but I think it's going to be Brian Daboll, the Bills offensive coordinator here. I think they're going to go full on that offense. I think they still believe in Kirk Cousins a little bit with Justin Jefferson, Thielen, and then Big Irv coming back. I think they're going to go full OC on this one, get him that head coach position. I think it's Brian Daboll.
Okay, JB?
They are going to go OC, right? But you guys got to help me out. Now, here's the thing about it. I coached his nephew at Gilbert High School, and I'm trying to think where he's the OC at right now. Damn it to hell. I can't think of his last name for shit.
Let's see here. I'm looking through candidates right now.
He's office coordinator. It starts with a B, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so that's not Kevin O'Connell from the Rams. Darrell Bevell?
Bevel.
Darrell Bevell.
His name has been mentioned as a head coach for the last 4 or 5 years, right? Bevel has had his name in the hat for a long time. Bevel is a solid. Where is he at right now, Billy?
Darrell Bevell is with the Jags. He's the interim coach right now.
Right. So we know
he was the interim coach for Detroit after Patricia.
Right. So we know he's not going to be the head coach of the Jags, right? Yeah. But he is a good offensive coordinator. He's strong. He's smart. He's solid, right? He's the type of guy that Kirk Cousins needs as a fucking offensive coordinator, right? To simplify things for him, because Kirk Cousins throws the ball to other people with the other jersey on at the wrong time all the time. But 2 great running backs, right? Strengthen the offensive line a little bit. Solidify your defensive backfield. Defensive linebackers they're veterans, but they're still good, right? Mm-hmm. Give me 2 more solid defensive linemen, and they're back, right? I think Bevel's going to be the guy for them, man. You know what I'm saying? Experience, like you said, he's been an interim twice, right? He's experienced, and plus, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they ain't had a black head coach since Denny Green, you know what I'm saying? So they just, you know what I'm saying? Who was great, by the way, the late great. But yeah, I think Bevel is their type of guy.
Okay, so Mitch says Brian Daboll, you say Darrell Bevell. Now, and then Coach G just addressed the last couple comments. Yes, I agree. Rich Bisaccia needs to have the full season from the beginning. And Tim put this one up, and this is where I'm going. Vikings need to hire a big name.
But I don't think they do, though. That's the thing. This is the Vikings we talking about, bro. This is not a young NFL franchise. This is the Vikings, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they need stability. They're a good franchise.
But that's
great
what I'm
fan
getting
base.
at.
All right, go ahead.
That's what I'm getting at. So my pick, and I don't necessarily have like a good feel about like intel or doing research on this. I feel like they're gonna go big name stability here. I think they're gonna get Doug Peterson. I think the Vikings are gonna snatch up Doug Peterson and try to get some of that Super Bowl ways. Coach G says Brian Flores for the Vikings, and we'll see where we're going with that.
He'll be a defensive coordinator somewhere.
Well, yeah, we'll see. But I think the Vikings are going to go Doug Peterson, former quarterback in the league, try to see what they can get out of Kirk Cousins, or maybe try to move him with it. Because remember, they fired Spielman, so it's a coach GM situation. So if it's Doug Peterson and his choice of GM, I think that they may try to make a move at quarterback and try to right the ship to get it over. Dr. T, I appreciate it. I'm telling you, I think they're going to go kind of more tried and true and go after Doug Peterson and a little more on the offensive side of the ball. All right. Keeping it in the NFC, it's the G-men, the dysfunctional as hell G-men, and they need a coach, Mitch. Who's it going to be? Boo-doo-boo.
I got Todd Bowles. The Giants are going to do the normal Giant thing. They're going to be the guy that's like, you know what's going to happen here? They don't have character. They need more character, and character, and I'm Todd Bowles. I'm defensive coordinator, and they're going to have character. That's going to be the whole interview of Todd Bowles, and they're going to be like, here's the $1 $1,000,000. You got it.
Okay.
I told you I got a great place for Eric Bieniemy to go, and it is the New York Giants, right? Reason being, Daniel Jones is not the worst quarterback in the world, right? And we talked about how he developed, you know what I'm saying, and how he did some good things with Mahomes, but at the same time, let's not forget Mr. Andy Reid is the head coach there, you know what I'm saying, and he is the quarterback whisperer. So Eric Bieniemy is his heir apparent. He did learn underneath him. And Mr. Jones needs guidance, right? He needs guidance. But at the same time, they got a big-time running back there, right? Huge big-time running back in Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? They bring in another scat back. Mr. Bieniemy is going to, bring the whole Andy Reid, develop a team like the Philadelphia Eagles of old philosophy, because that's what he did in Kansas City, right? Little receivers, little running backs, right? Big, nasty offensive line, right? Quarterback that can do a little bit of everything. Big, strong tight end, right? Defense that's solid, right? Nothing crazy, nothing to write home about, but they're solid. That's Andy's formula. Mr. Bieniemy has been under Andy for quite a while. He can take that to New York, and he will bring them back. All right.
Okay, so you're saying Bieniemy there. Now, let's be honest. The Giants move, the fucking G-men move, would be to elevate the Clapper Jason Garrett and make him the coach and let them experience the
bro.
Cowboys' hell of mediocrity. That'd be the Giants' shitty move. You know it would.
If Mans was still the GM, is he still? What's his name?
Gettleman retired, so it's a coach GM thing again.
Right. Yep. So if he was still there, then maybe, but nah.
So but let's be honest, there'd be a hilarious fucking on-brand G-men move. Okay, I think the dark horse candidate here would be Dan Quinn, but I think this is where Mitch's Brian Daboll is going to make that drive down from Orchard Park, and he's going to be the G-man. I feel like he's been a hot candidate. They're going to try to get him to get the most out of old Danny Dimes, as JB said, and they're going to allow him to pick his GM, because I think he's going to be a hot candidate that's going to be maybe get offered by multiple teams. And I think the G-men are going to back the Brinks truck up for him and get him paired with a GM of his choice. But I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to be surprised if they end up getting like Dan Quinn on this.
They
actually
speak to Adrian Wilson, right?
Mm-hmm.
They actually speak to Adrian Wilson. They want to interview Adrian Wilson to be their GM.
I see. Yeah.
If you get that GM job and I don't get a goddamn scout.
Oh, yes.
Job, ooh, I'm beating your ass, boy. I'm talking about if I see you in these streets.
Hashtag hire JB.
Like, don't
Let's
get
go.
Boy, hey, trying to get on, man.
Let the man in. Man. Let the man in, please.
Let Booby spin, man. Coach. What's up?
You know what I mean?
I don't want to be no damn online coach. I want to be an executive.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
You call me GM JB, and that's what the fuck I'm going to be. GM JB, right?
Ooh-wee. Making that campaign like a goddamn politician. All right.
I know that.
And finally, money-making Mitch. Ooh, the Bears. Possibly the most sexy and intriguing of them all. Maybe not the best job, but maybe the most intrigue about this one. Where do they go? Justin Fields. They fire Nagy and Pace, so it's a coach GM thing.
So I'm still distracted with JB's pick over here because I love the idea now of Brian Robinson from Alabama working with Bieniemy. But I have not chosen Bieniemy yet, which means I got him with the Bears.
Ooh, saving it.
Bieniemy's Bears, right?
All right.
Bieniemy's Bears.
The Bears. Could you imagine the BBs coming at you? Come on. The alliteration.
Bieniemy's Bears, right? So, I mean, I don't run out of picks. I mean, rightfully, you know what I'm saying? The Bears, I do believe that because they have Justin Fields, they're going to go young, right? They're going to try to bring somebody in who doesn't have much experience. They're going to try to take the Sean McVay route, right? They're going to try to take the Shanahan route. They're going to try to take the Cliff Kingsbury route, and they're going to try to find somebody. Huh?
Are you going Cincinnati Bearcats, Luke Finkel on this one?
I mean, look, very, very easily could be one of those guys, but they're going to try to bring somebody in from college who's had a lot of success, right? And they want a rebirth, right? Because they've been stagnant, same old stale Bears for a long time, right? But they got Justin Fields, so they need a more college-based offensive foundation to make sure that he's comfortable and he can transition a lot easier into the NFL. I don't know who that person is going to be. I'm stumped right now because I don't watch college football like that, and I'm not going to be calling a bunch of names of people I don't fucking know. Cincinnati guy had great success. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't doubt if they requested to speak to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, people of that nature, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, the guy from Penn State, what's his name?
For the coach?
Franklin, right?
Okay, James Franklin.
He hadn't had a lot of success as far as like winning, but recruiting wise, bro, he got so many great players over there at Penn State, and he has changed the culture, and like he's a smart, intelligent dude. But like guys like him that are younger, bringing fire. Again, it's all about that quarterback, right? It's all about that quarterback, right? And for them, they have to bring somebody in young and fresh and new. Right, and I can't call a name. I don't know who that person's gonna be, but Cincinnati guy, you're right, Mitch. That's probably like the head candidate.
Okay,
so I also haven't. I've looked too much into this a little bit, but Ryan Day, Ohio State. Do you think that could be a possibility since he's from Ohio State?
Very easily could be. You know, these dudes have no loyalty. You know what I'm saying? There's no loyalty. So when the NFL comes beckoning, they gone. they got to get there, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's a good call. You know what I'm saying? So both of them, man. Yeah,
true. So JB, if you had nailed down to one, do you think it's Luke Fickell or James Franklin? If you had to make a pick,
his name's Fickell. I had him like Finkler, like the movie.
Finkler.
Finkle and I are the laces were out, bitch.
My bad. My bad.
I would say Finkle over Franklin. Yeah,
they're little footballs. All right, you both taking Luke Fickell. Okay, so I agree that the Bears should take someone that's going to cater to developing Justin Fields, but because the McCoskeys are the McCoskeys and the Bears going to bear, I think just because the man shouldn't have got fired in the first place, and I do think he'd be a good coach if he was paired with the right GM, I think it's going to be Brian Flores. I think this is where Brian Flores goes, is to Chicago, and he pairs himself with a good GM OC combination. I do think it should be, obviously someone that can develop. Like the Bieniemy thing would be cool, but I think it's going to be Brian Flores because I think Bieniemy isn't going to look at Chicago as stable enough to really want, because let's be honest, Bieniemy out of all the candidates probably has the most options. If we're being
without
real.
a doubt. Yeah.
So I think he's going to look at the Bears and be like, I don't know if I trust ownership, and I don't know if I think Fields is better than Trevor Lawrence or just another situation. So I think this is where Brian Flores goes with, and I think they're going to give him input on who the GM is going to be to go with him. So those are our picks. We're going to see what happens as we go through the rest of this crazy-ass offseason. And listen, folks, tap in with our sponsor, savageCBD.com. Mitch says he's the backup for the Vikings. That very well could be Brian Flores for the Vikings, but we'll see. SavageCBD.com. Use code REVIEW for 20% off your order and free shipping pop-up. I appreciate everybody tapping in, dropping comments and questions, and of course, make sure to follow us at JB and Benny Blue. All right, we're going to keep this train moving with an NFL playoffs Savage preview right now. Dr. Bridges, the BG, just I don't know what it is. I don't know if you got to walk around the big toaster with some sage. I don't know what the fuck you got to do over there in Glendale, but for some reason they just have a trouble getting it done at home. So, Dr. Bridges, is it safe to say that the Cardinals will have a better playoff run without home field advantage? Is it better that they're going on the road?
Fucking right. All right, because the back against the wall mentality has always been the reason why they won 7 games on the road this year. All right, point blank period. There's nothing else to talk about. Like, keep that mentality back against the wall. Understand that there's nothing left. Like, there's a sense of comfort when they're at home, and I don't know why. Right, and nobody cares about home field advantage. Nobody cares about crowds. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit just it don't hold weight like it used to. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy to say? It just don't hold weight like it used to, man. So they do things to help their teams out. They make things quicker snap counts, you know what I'm saying? So guys ain't got to sit in stances for 4 seconds, so on and so forth. So, yeah, my Cardinals on the road, I trust them a whole lot more. You know what I'm saying? I think their mind is different. Their mindset is different, yeah.
Okay. Mitch, what do you think?
So the stats actually really do back up Jeremy here, where this year, I believe the home team won 52% of the time and away team won 48% of the time. It was really close to 50-50. Here's my thing. The Cardinals have failed to clinch the playoffs every time it's a meaningful game. They got into this. Every time it's a clinch winning thing, they always lose. They're 0-3 when it comes to clinching it. Why do I think they can win in the playoffs? I got the Rams in this one.
Oh, he jumped ahead to Savage pick.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. But I'm going to tell you like this, right? Again, we played them in SoFi Stadium, and we played them fully healthy, and we beat the shit out of them, right? Fully healthy.
You're getting J.J. Watt, right? You're getting J.J. Watt back, too.
They didn't have a issue when we played them. We were banged up. And we got banged up early. You know what I'm saying? We beat the shit out of them, all right? All it takes is for us to have that mentality. And all it takes for Cliff to call a semi-balanced game. We are more talented than any team in the playoffs right now, right? So when Cliff calls like he's supposed to call, defense gets rest, we are a dangerous football team. Mark my words, we gonna leave SoFi with a win, and we just might be back in fucking 3 weeks.
So in your personal book right now, if they lose this game because of Cliff's play calling, is he in your personal hot seat?
Cliff been in the hot seat with me at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that's where you been.
What the hell you been? Where the hell you been? So my only concern, Mitch, when the Cardinals play is Cliff's decision-making as a play caller. Because when he starts calling that weird-ass shit going east to west, not running the ball, throwing the ball 3 times. Like, that shit gets you beat, man. This is the NFL, bro. It's not a flashy, and we're not a flashy football team. That's the fucked up part about it, right? Yeah, we got all this talent. We got all these young cats. We got all this swag, and everybody's dripping for the game. But we are an old school, grimy-ass, gritty-ass football team, right? But our head coach just wants us to be flamboyant and pretty, right? That's not who we are. It's not. We play basic-ass football, and we beat the shit out of people. Cliff tries to get cute, we lose. You know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine the Cardinals right now with Mike Vrabel?
Oh, my God. Can you imagine it? Look, can you imagine the Cardinals right now with Frank Wright? Holy shit.
Just some coach that's going to run up the middle.
No, fuck that. Again, listen to what I just said. Can you imagine the Cardinals with Frank Wright? Look at the plays that he calls for fucking stank-ass Wentz. You know what I'm saying? Right? Look at the plays.
You can get a boring coach that will run up the ball, up the middle, 30 times a game and throw 10 times a game, and he might do as good as Cliff did.
By the way, fellas, we're kind of bearing the lead here because our guy, Mr. Catch and Uber, Steve Keim himself, has known to pull the hook early. He did it on Rosen. He did it on what's his name, Wilkes. So what if Cliff shits the bed, and what if we look up in the 2022 season? Now introducing your head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, Brian Flores, with the quarterback. Could you imagine? Oh, it's possible.
Look, anything's possible. Like, look, I was just saying, regular ass football has brought us success. Look at the games we won. Regular ass football. Run, pass, take a shot here and there. Yeah. Shots are to be taken, not made. And Cliff tries to make us take shots when they're not present, when they're not to be there. They're not there. Taking shots on 3rd and 3 don't fool no fucking body. Right? They don't. Getting 6 yards on 3rd and 3 moves the chains, and that's all we need, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, look, JB, Mitch kind of pulled his nuts out on that last one talking about the Rams. So, Mitch, which team is most likely to get stunned this wild card weekend? Who everybody thought was going to win? And
we're the underdogs, so we couldn't get stunned. So, yeah, we got
apparently so. But Mitch, what do you think?
Bills. I think Patriots beat the Bills.
Ooh,
which I don't know
spicy.
If that's a stunner. Do rivalries really count as stunners at that point?
So thank you,
the
Mitch.
Bills are favorite.
But hold on, Mitch. Thank you, because I've been saying this shit, all right? And I'm going to say Bills. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say the fucking Patriots are going to beat the Bills. Why? Because this is the 3rd time they played. This is a Bill Belichick-led team. I don't give a damn who's their quarterback. Ain't nobody going to beat Bill Belichick twice in the same season. It ain't going to happen, right? Now, my surprise, to y'all's surprise, is going to be the EAGLES.
Oh my God, you're really off that drink on that one.
Oh no, I'm sober as fuck right now. Right? I'm telling you what's going to happen. Right? The run game of the Eagles, and they're going to stick to it, is going to keep Mr. Tom Brady off the football field. And when Tom Brady's not on the field, he can't win. Right? It's the fucking Red Bayou motherfucking theory. Right? How y'all like my new offense? You know what I'm saying? Red
Bayou out the field.
How y'all like my new offense? You know what I'm saying? Keep Mr. Brady off the field. They're going to control the clock. It's going to be a stank, ugly ass football game, and the Eagles going to fuck around and win that bitch.
Okay. All right. Well, just for the sake, my dark horse pick would be the Pats beating the Bills, but I think in terms of getting stunned, only because the Cowgirls are the favorites.
Yeah, that was my second.
I think the Niners are going to go in there and beat them convincingly. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I think because I'm only saying this because Dallas is the favorite.
Yeah, I'm just flat out picking 49ers to win. We know Dallas is shit to bed. So
no, but I think Dallas is not only going to lose, they're going to get stunned. They're going to come out like, what the fuck just happened? And
we're
gonna crank up Weedham boys, and they're gonna be back. Stephen A. is gonna have his 10-gallon hat.
Oh my god! Weedham boys.
How do?
Skip Baylor's gonna be on suicide watch.
Oh my god!
Again,
shot in front of the show. JC Harris. Oh my god, the Cowboys fans.
Oh baby.
All right, Mitch, this is coming to you because you're the one team of all three of us that can benefit from this. Which team is most likely to benefit the most from their bye, and which team is most likely to benefit the least from their bye? Who's going to have too much time off, or who's going to have just enough rest, in your opinion, good sir?
Oh, that's really hard.
No, it ain't.
Well, I know that you're going to go with the Titans, but I think the Titans are so well coached. I don't think that Mike Vrabel's never lost after a bye, if I'm correct on this one.
So yeah.
But the other team's Green Bay. Like, I do see Green Bay coming out slower because of it, but they're still going to win. So, okay, I guess that.
Well, okay. So, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go state your case.
No, I get it. No, I overthought that question. My bad. Titans get the biggest advantage. Green Bay is going to sleep on it.
Okay.
And I got the same thing. And it's about getting healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Mr. Henry is back, and that bye week is going to allow him to get hella carries, right, in practice, and allow him to get stronger and allow him to get in shape, right? Because they're going to run his ass about 35 times, whoever the fuck they play, right? So that's just what it is, right? That's the way Titans do their thing, right? So they're going to benefit the most. Green Bay, who is a rhythmic team, right? Here's what it is. They're going to suffer because they're going to be at practice and they're going to be chilling. They're going to be going over the same shit they've been going over, and it's not going to be intense, and it's not going to be – teams come in hot and knock off bye-week teams. That's what they do. So it don't matter who goes to Green Bay. It can be fucking 1 degree, right? Snowing. It don't matter. Green Bay going to come out flat as fuck, and a team going to be on their ass for you know it, and – it's just gonna be bad for him. So yeah, yep. I mean, I think Green Bay gets knocked out in the second round. So yeah, but the Titans are benefiting most from it.
I agree. The Titans benefiting. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, or anybody wants to drop in a comment here on the live stream. When you get a bye week, you play the lowest seeded opponent that wins. Yeah. Correct.
So they would play Philadelphia. Philadelphia won. Right.
Correct. Or how about this, JB? To your point, coming out
Patriots.
flat. No. What?
Oh.
No, I'm not worried about the Titans. I think the Titans are going to be sound. What if the Packers have to play the Niners?
Yeah, same difference though. That's what I'm saying. Right?
Yeah,
the team is going to come in hot. Right? They're going to come in hot. You know what I'm saying? They're accustomed to doing
because the Packers have trouble stopping the run. That's what I'm getting at. They struggle stopping the run. What if the Niners come into Lambeau and they're flat? And I'm not worried about it. I think the Titans are going to be fine.
Right.
I think the Packers.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Play the Niners. All right, and finally, before we get into some savage picks, I'll let you go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the one thing when you say Bill Belichick ain't losing 2 times in a season, you know who Bill Belichick lost to 2 times in one season? Mike Vrabel's Titans. Oh, and the Dolphins. Fine, take the Dolphin pick for me. They beat them once in the regular season, once in the playoffs.
There you go. But also. Who did Mike Vrabel coach play for?
He played for Bill Belichick, yeah.
Thank you. So his mindset is Bill Belichick, and he probably had a more talented football team, to be honest, right? So,
and Vrabel's a better coach than I think the Bills coach is, but that's coaching.
Sean McDermott. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, and finally, this man is doing a lot. He's going on tours with Kanye West. He's putting out songs. He's shacking up with OnlyFans models. Mitch, you know what's going to happen. Which team is most likely to retain the services of Antonio Brown for the playoffs? You know someone is going to give him a fucking $500,000. No bonuses. Someone's going to do it. He's not in jail. Someone's going to do it.
I hate this question so much. So I'm not even going to give it a real thought because the answer is no one. But I'm going the Bengals because I hate this question that much.
Oh, yes, the Bengals.
I think the Bengals head coach is a no-nonsense type guy, so I wouldn't see them doing it. But I know who will do it. The Scavengers of L.A., right? Mm-hmm. The Scavengers of L.A. I'm surprised they ain't picked his ass up yet already, right? Sean McVay, you know what I'm saying? He's hard on, you know what I'm saying, for fucking receiver guy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm surprised to give Stafford another weapon to throw the ball to. I'm surprised they ain't picked him up already, right? I'm surprised they haven't got him. I'm going to say it again. I'm surprised that they haven't brought his ass in already. It's mind-blowing to me. I've been waiting to see it, right? Now, if I'm not mistaken, they picked up Weddle today. Was that real?
Correct.
Or was that,
They
picked up Weddle.
Yes.
Like, we give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? We'll run 7 routes on his ass all day, you know what I'm saying? He ain't never been able to cover no fucking body, right? So we don't care about that shit, but I'm surprised that they haven't picked up AB already. That shit blow my mind.
See, I want this to be the Cowboys so bad, just to be some jank ass Cowboys.
Just the dysfunction.
Yes, but I agree. I think it's gonna be the Rams. I think
they're
the
not
dark
gonna get
horse
a chance
pick,
to. They're not gonna get a chance to, because them bitches gonna be going home after Monday. So you know what I'm saying? It's what it is.
Well, I think the dark horse pick for this would probably be the Bills. Although culturally, I don't know if the Bills would do it, but I do think the Rams are actually going to do this. I do think the Rams are actually going to do it.
I take back Cincinnati. I'm sorry, everyone. What it should be is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh should pick up Antonio Brown. He's a great talent.
One more time.
Hey, run it back.
The odd couple.
Run it back.
Oh, my God.
How did I miss that before? That is my bad.
All right, that's some Savage preview. So we're going to get right into some wild card weekend picks. But before we do, we got to see how we've done after a complete regular season of Savage picks. And with a drum roll, please.
Oh, my mic fell.
JB is at 157, 98 and 1. But the Blue Didi is at 162. 93 and 1. Let's go through them real quick. We both got the Chiefs right, beating the Broncos. JB correctly picked the Eagles, beating the Cowgirls. My kiddies got it done, beating the Packers for the last game of the season. We both picked that right. I got the Vikings correct, beating the Bears. The Jags wearing clown suits in the stands, stunned the Colts. Mitch's Titans got it done. Washington football team got it done. The Steelers got it done in overtime. We both picked the Ravens. The Browns, we both got that right. Ending the season strong. The Dolphins won their last game of the season, winning record, yet they still fired their coach. Bills Mafia got it done. The Bucks got it done. The Saints, that Gumbo Bowl, went to the Maybach, and they got it done. We got that one wrong. We both picked the Cardinals that they should have beat the fucking Squawks, but they didn't. JB correctly picked the Niners to come out here to LA and get it done, and we both got the Raiders getting it done in overtime. But that's how we did. Let's see how we're looking for wild card weekend Savage picks. Oh, the Cowgirls will pow. Mitch, it's the Raiders going to the Big Chili Bowl, and the line is 6 for the Bungles at home.
So, the Bungles have not won since before texting was around. I know that's a giant meme that's going around right now. It ain't gonna
cell
happen.
Phones, right?
Raiders.
You taking the Raiders?
It was 1991.
Okay. 91, okay. Dr. Bridges?
Yeah, the Bengals. Too much firepower, and the Raiders are they're right now. Talk about teams being hot. They're not hot right now. You know what I'm saying? So they're kind of shell shocked about what they did, and they're going to Cincinnati, who again has not played a playoff game in how many motherfucking years, right? They're excited about They're excited about their team. It's about to be real fucking nasty.
That was the last
Cincinnati.
time.
Oh, okay. But it's about to be real nasty in Cincinnati. All right.
Exactly.
The last time Cincinnati played in a playoff game was when Antonio Brown got CTE. That's the last time.
When he got his ass smacked. Yeah, perfect.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Pop.
Perfect. That's the dude.
Exactly.
Montez perfect.
Well, Mitch is taking the Raiders. JB's taking the Bengals. I'm taking the Bengals as well. I feel like the Raiders got their golden ticket last week. Obviously, rest in peace, John Madden. They were hype at home. They had to go to overtime with the Chargers, and they almost fucked that one up. And I'm taking the Bengals as well to finally get that dub. All right, it's the Pats, dude, at the Bills Mafia. And the line is 4 for the Bills at home, Mitch.
Like I said earlier, I got Patriots. They ain't going to beat them.
Okay. I've already said it. They're not going to beat them twice. All right. So, as Josh Allen, everybody's crying at Josh Allen. He is going to fuck up and probably throw 2 picks. And Belichick is going to Belichick. Now, how far would they go after that? Don't know. But they're going to beat the Bills.
Okay. Well, I'm going to zag a little bit. I think the Bills finally get over the hump, get away from the boogeyman. I could definitely see this being a jank-ass, cold game, but I'm going to take the Bills at home, not to fuck it. If they were in Foxborough, completely different story, but I'm going to take the Bills. All right, JB loves the squads. The EAGLES Eagles going down to Tampa Bay, and the line is 8.5 at home for Tampa Bay, Mitch.
Tampa Bay.
I'm picking the Eagles to win it. All right, I told you why.
Sticking to it.
I already told you why. The run game is going to be something that Tampa Bay can't deal with. They got a lot of key injuries, bro. Like, people ain't even talking about, you know what I'm saying? They got some key injuries, people that they need, all right? But with all that being said, a healthy Philly team, I think they're going to mess around and beat them, man.
I don't think Philly is strong enough in Mississippi mustache and in all three phases, so I can't see Tom losing to the Eagles in the first round. If they were playing like the Niners of a more unfavorable matchup, I think Tampa is just a little bit too talented at
Miss you not starting. Miss you not starting.
Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts is coming back? I mean, regardless. I don't think they have the answer at quarterback regardless to get it done. Maybe if they're playing in the link, it could be a little bit more jank for them, but I'm taking the Bucks at home. All right. I know we're all going to be watching this one. It's the Niner gang.
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
How about them cowgirls? I mean, them cowboys. 6 shooters in alternating fashion in Jerry World, and the line is 3 for the Cowboys, Mitch.
So my second choice for big upset was 49ers, but I couldn't do it. So I'm still sticking with the Cowboys. I think they win this game, and this game only.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the 49ers going to bust the Cowboys' ass because the Cowboys going to fuck it off, right? Not so much of what the 49ers going to do, but the opportunity that the Cowboys are going to give the 49ers, right? So, yeah.
Yes. I like the Niners' time of possession, running game, slowing the game down, put it over top. And I think they're going to do just enough to upset Dak to go out of there with the W. So I'm taking the Niners as well. All right, Mitch, it's fucking sloppy Ben Roethlisberger's last hurrah. It's the Steelers heading to the Chiefs' kingdom, and the line is 12.5 for the Chiefs at home.
Yeah, I don't see how Pittsburgh wins. Ben Roethlisberger's noodle arm ain't going to do crap besides throw negative 2 yards over and 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 over again. And I'm not going to watch this game because how bored I'm going to be. Screw you, NFL, for this goddamn game. It's going to be Chiefs, not even watching this bullshit.
Mitch,
man.
Mitch, I am disturbed that you are thinking about Ben Roethlisberger's noodle. All right, so oh yeah, man. You know, KC's gonna mash them boys out, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. The Steelers just ain't got it right now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't there.
I agree. Chiefs, don't be surprised if they start playing to Mitch's behest. Don't be surprised if they start playing the right football at the right time and get all the way back to the big one at SoFi Stadium. Ooh-wee, the Chiefs' kingdom. And finally, it's the Birdgang hitting the 10 freeway west, coming to SoFi, and the line is 4 for the Rams. Mitch, are you still taking the Rams?
Yeah. I'm still taking the Rams. I ain't going back on that one.
Oh, JB,
Stone Cold.
Talk about the Bird Gang. How about double birds, baby?
JB almost had me convinced where I was like, oh, I got to go Cardinals here. But I can't go back on my word. That'd be horrible. Rams. Sorry.
Right.
I don't trust Stafford. I don't trust Cliff.
They will not beat us twice because Stafford is going to fuck up. He's been in the playoffs a couple times in his career, and he's fucked up every time he's been in them, right? It don't matter. That's once, and he fucked up once. Stafford under pressure is not a very good Stafford, right? Yeah. Pressure will be in his face. He will throw interceptions. We will leave SoFi Stadium headed to whatever destination we have to go to next. Victors, all right?
I agree completely. I think the Birdgang is going to come out there cooking. They play better on the road. I mean, it's clear. And I think Stafford's going to get I'm predicting 2 picks from Stafford in this game. Lord knows I know him best, right? I mean, shit. I think he's going to give him a couple gimmies. I don't think
he throw it to number 7 because look, let me tell you something. Number seven been having a bad couple of weeks, right? That's my nephew, right?
He's looking for one.
Byron Murphy. Yeah. So he is going to come out, and it's going to be the fucking Shawshank Redemption. He's going to catch a pick, take it to the crib. Now, he played very well against him the first time when we played in SoFi, right? He played very well against him. You know what I'm saying? Shut your man down now, Mr. Woods. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he's out right now. But he shut Woods down, right? And he shut Woods down, and we put 10 in brackets, and the game was over.
Pick 6, I don't know, but I'm predicting two picks for sure. Mitch can't take it.
Shawshank is my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, my God.
Classic. Making an interception.
Andy Dufresne, baby. Andy Dufresne. Oh, my God. And that's it. We'll see who's right, who's wrong, who's both right, who is both wrong. Remember, Savage Pick goes all the way through the Super Bowl, so JB still has a chance to get back to it. And speaking of which, JB, take us home. We need us, sir.
Man, look, y'all. Me and Benny kind of talked about when I was driving back from work. You know what I'm saying? He's asking me was I coming out to the game, and I was like, "Listen, man, like shit just ain't right now, right?" So everybody that's out there taking advantage of cheap flights, and you know what I'm saying, running to places here and there, you know what I'm saying, because everything's cheap, man. It's just kind of better to stay in your own nest egg right now, right? Just kind of stay with your family, stay around your own folks, stay around your own area. Like, and I know, you know what I'm saying, at Southwest and fucking United and all these things, like, fuck this guy, right? But we need to protect each other still, right? All this shit floating around, I ain't worried about it because I'm a healthy human being. Benny shouldn't be worried about it. Mitch shouldn't be worried about it. But the people that we need to protect, you know what I'm saying, you got people that you love that aren't high risk, and it's just not the time to be out acting the fuck up. 2022, you know what I'm saying? Let's get on our grind and everybody really focus on family, you know what I'm saying, and strengthening what we got at home and making sure that everybody is right. You know what I'm saying? We all going to win. This is going to be a great year for us. But right now, shit just ain't right. It just ain't. You know what I'm saying? And treat it as such. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Last question
for Will.
Does Greg Roman belong in Baltimore with Lamar, or does Lamar become a free agent? I think whoever the fuck is around will leave Baltimore before Lamar leaves Baltimore.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Lamar going to be a fucking wearing black and purple the rest of his career, man.
Yes, indeed. And that's it, reviewers. We love you. Make sure to follow us at JB and Benny Blue for all your social media needs. Again, make sure to tap in on YouTube to re-watch these episodes if you missed them. Speaking of which, we are on podcast form, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Like, share, subscribe. Pick up that Birdgang merch right now, jbandbennybluereview.com. Our big thanks to Money Making Mitch from Parts Unknown, a.k.a. Dead Center, Oregon. He is part of the casualsports.com, KSRN Arizona family. Shout out to the Believe Podcast.
Shout out to the folks out there, man. KSRN, what up, man?
Make sure to tap in with JB, burning bridges every Tuesday. Tapping in. Shout out to our All About the Birds family. And of course, if you want to get at us, JB and Benny Blue Review at gmail.com. And that's it. Until next week, this has been episode 208. And we love you, reviewers. And we are out. Peace. Yeah.